Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to compare two budget smartphones, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 with the Coolpad Note 3. So both these devices are priced below the 10k price point. We are comparing the 2GB variant of the Redmi Note 3 with the Coolpad Note 3, which is priced 8,999. So these two phones offer a decent experience in this price point. Now let's analyze various aspects about these two phones and see which is better value for money. So before we go into the detailed aspects, let's first have a quick look at the specs. So the Xiaomi Redmi Note comes with a 5.5-inch Full HD display. It's powered by the Snapdragon 650 hexa-core chipset with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage. It has a 16 megapixel rear camera, dual tone LED flash, fingerprint scanner and a 4000 mAh battery, and it runs on Android 5.1 Lollipop with a custom MIUI 7. Now talking about the Coolpad Note 3, this again comes with a 5.5-inch display, but here it's an HD display, and it's powered by an octa-core chipset with 3 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage. It also has fingerprint scanner. It also has a 13 megapixel rear camera, LED flash, front-facing 5 megapixel camera and a 3000 mAh capacity battery, and it also has Android 5.1 Lollipop with custom UI. This is the Cool UI from Coolpad. So these were the specs of these two phones. Now let's go into the detailed aspects. Let's first see the design and build quality. So design and build quality, design wise, both these devices have a lot of similarities. You can see the camera unit, the fingerprint scanner, the logo, a lot of similarities are there, but the material quality is completely different. The Redmi Note 3 is a metallic construction. You can see the matte finish metallic construction, while the Coolpad Note 3 comes with a plastic finishing, which also has a matte finish. Both these devices offer a good feel in terms of the overall build quality, but we would be inclined to choose the Redmi Note 3 purely because of the metallic finishing below the pricing of 10k. So all in all, in the design and build quality, we would say both these devices offer great build quality, but then we would choose the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3. In the usability aspect, you can see both these devices are 5.5 inches in size, almost similar in dimensions as well. Coolpad Note 3 is slightly thicker than the Redmi Note 3, but overall both these devices give a similar feel when using because of the screen size, 3 capacity buttons, and a lot of similarities are also there. Now let's move on to the display aspect. Now here there is a clear difference. The Redmi Note 3 comes with a Full HD panel, while the Coolpad Note 3 is a HD panel. Now you can see the Full HD display on the Redmi Note 3 is a really good one. It's a sunlight display which was first introduced with the Xiaomi's Mi 4i, and this display is really vibrant and colorful and has really great touch response as well. There is no protection offered, but there is a scratch resistant coating that's also not confirmed, but overall this display looks quite good and is really one of the best displays in this price point. Now talking about the display on the Coolpad Note 3, it's an HD panel, and this is not really the best out there because you can see here when you tilt the display, the color definitely changes, and this is not, you can see here this is now turning to be blue, but in fact it's actually black. So the viewing angles aren't really that great. The colors do change when you tilt the display. Overall for this price point, it's a decent display, but definitely not the best, and it cannot beat the Redmi's brilliant sunlight display. So in the display aspect, we would say the clear winner is the Redmi Note 3. Now let's move on to the software and performance. So software, both these phones have custom ROMs. The Xiaomi has MIUI 7, while Coolpad has Cool UI. So both are almost similar in terms of the look and feel. You can see here both have multiple home screens. There are no app drawer, and Coolpad's Cool UI also has a lot of resemblance with the Xiaomi's MIUI, and you can see the custom notifications, and on both these devices they have been implemented pretty neatly, and it does offer additional options, but both these UI do not have any resemblance to the stock experience. They have a completely customized settings panel. You can also have a look at the settings panel. They're completely customized, do offer additional options. You can, if you look at the UI on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, you can see the additional modes like child mode, light mode. We have a lot of themes included. You can customize this UI with a lot of themes. The themes app offers downloadable themes wherein you can customize boot screen, icons, wall wallpapers, lock screen, all those stuffs can be configured using the themes UI, and it does offer additional options in this UI. You can see there are a lot of additional apps as well, and does perform pretty well overall in terms of the experience. It does give a premium experience, but it's nowhere related to the stock experience. And so if you're looking for stock like experience, this is not the device to choose. Again, a similar experience with the Coolpad's Cool UI as well. You can see there are additional options included. There is fingerprint scanner, and you can lock the apps using fingerprint scanner. That function is also available on the Redmi Note 3. Will come to that. And here also we have themes, but then themes aren't as rich and polished as the MIUI, and does offer decent amount of features and tools as well. You can see some good options available, and it's also performing UI, but it's not as polished as the MIUI. So in terms of software and looks, we would say the MIUI 7 definitely has the advantage over the Cool UI, but Cool UI is also pretty decent in terms of the features. Now talking about the performance, both these devices are really performing devices. The Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 comes with the hexa-core chipset, the Snapdragon 650. It's one of the really powerful mid-range processor, and it's coupled with 2 gigs of RAM, and the performance is very good. The gaming experience also is quite good on this device, and the heating is pretty nominal. Slight increases there, but then it's a metallic body, and the overall gaming experience is really good. Now talking about the Coolpad Note 3, this has 3 gigs of RAM with an octa-core chipset, but this octa-core chipset is a pretty outdated chipset. It's not really a new one, and but it is definitely a great performing chipset, and the gaming experience is really good, but then the display quality, again, as I said before, isn't that great. So the performance on the Coolpad Note 3 is pretty good, but then overall we would say the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 has the edge here because of the better processor, full HD panel, and slightly more polished UI. Now talking about the fingerprint scanner on both these devices, they're really fast, and setting up the fingerprint scanner is pretty easy and simple, and they're pretty quick in unlocking the device. Additionally, both these devices offer locking of apps using fingerprint scanner. That's something really good implementation. A lot of devices do not offer that, but both these devices do offer that options. So in the fingerprint scanner performance, both these devices are equally good. Now talking about the other aspects, both these phones come with 16 gigs of internal storage. We have a dedicated expandable slot on the Coolpad Note 3, while the Redmi Note 3 has a hybrid SIM card. Both these phones comes with 4G LTE and dual SIM card support. So that was the software and performance. So here in the software and performance, we would say the Redmi Note 3 has the edge over Coolpad Note 3. Now let's move on to the camera. Now both these phones have a pretty good camera in terms of the specifications. We have the 16 megapixel shooter with dual tone LED flash on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3, while on the Coolpad Note 3 we have a 13 megapixel camera with a single LED flash and a 5 megapixel front facing camera. Now if you look at the camera interface, you can see both these cameras are pretty much feature rich. Both these cameras offer Pro mode, that's a manual mode. We have additional options also included, filters. So all in all, if you take the camera interface, both are feature rich, but again we would say the Xiaomi's MIUI interface is slightly more polished interface than the Coolpad's camera interface. Now talking about the camera quality, this is where the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 wins, and the camera quality is much better than the Coolpad Note 3. When we reviewed the Coolpad Note 3, we said that the camera isn't the strength of this device, and while on the Redmi Note 3 camera is definitely a decent performing camera, and the clear winner in terms of the overall camera experience is the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3. Now talking about the battery life. Now the Redmi Note 3 comes with a massive 4000 mAh battery, while the Coolpad Note 3 has a 3000 mAh capacity. The Coolpad Note 3 definitely performs pretty well in terms of the battery life and definitely gives you more than a day. But here the clear winner is the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 with a massive 4000 mAh capacity, which will take you more than 1.5 days. So again, in the battery aspect, the clear winner is the Redmi Note 3. So we have talked about almost all aspects about these two phones. So which is better value for money device here? The Coolpad Note 3 is priced 8,999 and definitely one of the best value for money devices in this price point. Now the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 comes for 9,999 with just 2 gigs of RAM, while the Coolpad Note 3 has 3 gigs of RAM. But considering the overall aspects like the better display, better processor, better camera and better battery life, you would say if you're ready to spend additional 1k, definitely the Redmi Note 3 is a better value for money device than the Coolpad Note 3. But if you're on a tight budget, the Coolpad Note 3 should be a good choice with 3 gigs of RAM and a decent amount of options. So that is a detailed comparison of these two phones. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.